Welcome to Bramble Bookclub. I'm Ryn.
And I'm Kaley. And today we are talking about Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins.
Catching Fire follows Katniss Everdeen after her victory in the 74th Annual Hunger Games. With a spark of rebellion in the air, Katniss and Peeta must return to the games for the 75th Quarter Quell, with new enemies and allies at every turn.
Period.
Yeah. So, this is my second time reading Catching Fire.
My first.
Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of you.
Isn't this your favorite one?
It is my favorite one.
Yeah.
It really hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
But...
yeah.
It really hurts my feelings, but I feel like it's, like, the best exploration of, like, the characters.
Yeah, for sure.
Of, like, getting to know, like...
It's way more in-depth than the first one,
yeah,
obviously.
Actually getting to know, like, who they are.
Yeah.
With, like... Because they've already experienced this.
Yeah.
They know what's up.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I just want to mention to anyone listening, I am sick right now.
Yeah, I was like, I'm phlegmy, too, so... We work at a preschool, guys.
I have a sinus infection of some sort.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's why I sound the way I do.
All right, do you want to kick it off? What's your first little bullet point you got?
Well, okay. So, we don't have these in any particular order. So, I guess we'll just go down the line.
Yeah.
Rapid fire them, if you will.
Okay.
But I thought maybe the first one we can hit up is we gotta remember who the real enemy is.
Dude.
Remember who the real enemy is.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
I do like that Haymitch says it. Sort of. It's kind of like the mantra of the whole, like, trilogy. To be honest. But especially Catching Fire. Because I think Katniss is so on edge about everything. Obviously.
Yeah.
Because the shit's so terrible. And so awful all the time. And Snow literally comes to her house.
Which, hey, don't do that.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Smelling like fucking, what is it, blood and roses or death and roses?
Blood and roses.
Oh, shit.
I think.
It's just, I don't know. I really appreciate that Haymitch says it. Because I feel like out of all the people in her life, she would listen to him the most in this one. In this one.
Yeah. But the problem with it is that she's
a teenage girl, so she's oblivious.
She doesn't have a clue what's going on.
She's fucking oblivious.
She's like the real enemy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We know who it is. No.
Yeah.
Girl, no. You have no idea.
She takes her a while to like everything. I think that was the thing that was like pissing me off in my second read is that the first time I read it, I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I, too, don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But then now I know, like, what was going on, so I'm reading it going, girl.
There's all these signs. There's all this foreshadowing, yeah.
Yeah. That is pissing me off.
And that's what makes her an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
I mean, she was in the first one, but, like, especially in this one.
Yeah.
Because she has... and it's like because she's living in survival mode so much and so, like, for so long. That she has no idea how to reason it in her brain.
Yeah.
She has no idea that any of this could be going on. So she's like, oh, I'll just train and act like nothing's happening.
Do you want to know something that's, like, up for debate? If Katniss is an unreliable narrator or not.
Ooh.
People don't
What's the argument?
Well, people don't like to call her an unreliable narrator because they see it as, like, well, any first person, especially present tense story is going to be unreliable to someone because that's the, like, you're just getting it from their perspective. So it's going to be unreliable. And so she's not an unreliable narrator because she's not actively trying to omit, like, information. She's not actively trying to lie
Fair enough.
to the audience. She's just a little oblivious.
But at the same time...
But that's a form of being unreliable.
I was about to say, that's...
Like, if your friend comes up to you and is like, guys, this crazy thing happened... And you're
There's
sitting
two
there,
sides to every story.
And you're sitting there going, well, no.
Yeah.
That's... I don't think you understand how life works.
No, for real. There's two sides to every
unreliable.
story. So it's like, she can tell us her side, but she has no fucking idea what the rest of the world is doing.
Yeah. And
no
neither
idea.
do we.
Yeah. And because of that, we have no idea either until she figures it out.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it works. Suzanne, love Suzanne. But it works so well that these books are first person because you figure out things as she is. Mm-hmm. And I think it just works so good in this context.
Yeah. I think, oh my God, bringing this up to, because we just went last night and we're going to be reading this in the future.
Yeah.
But bringing this to James Cooper.
Yes.
And
love him.
what he said.
Shout out.
And what he said for his book, Moonlit Massacre, and how he was like, well, I have to put it in present tense and I have to, write the way that he did so that it like hurts more. Mm-hmm. So that you like feel like you're there with these people. And I feel like Suzanne really like
resonates with that.
Yeah, she really like creates that.
Yeah.
Where like you kind of feel like you're like not like necessarily you're in the Hunger Games, but you feel like you're in Katniss's like head fully.
Yeah.
And so like you get caught up in like how oblivious she is. And sometimes I'm going, wait, go back.
And I think it works also because she is a teenage girl.
Yeah.
But she's not like a modern teenage girl. Like a 21st century teenage girl. Because she's not like, oh, boys. I mean, in a way she is. But I don't know. It's just, it works so good. And Suzanne knew what she was doing.
Yeah. She's
I love her.
She's like a teenage girl who's like, she was forced to like grow up too fast. Yeah. So like she feels like an adult.
Yep.
But she actually really doesn't have 17. A clue what's going on.
She really is just 17.
Like she doesn't know how the world really works.
And the way,
because she's never had to like interact with it in a traditional sense.
And the way that Panem is set up and the way that Snow runs Panem is to isolate people and to isolate the districts. And so he wants people to be like oblivious almost.
Yeah,
and, like,
it's like
not educated.
It's very secretive. I think that was like something I was trying to like whenever we were trying to come up with like our talking points. There was something that was like nagging in the back of my head about like Finnick. And I don't know if it has to do with the Mockingjay part of the series or this. Like, I can't really tell you. Because it's still nagging. Like, it's there. But my brain can't connect the dots right now. I think I'm just exhausted from everything ever.
Yeah, girl. Me too.
But I think it, like, how, like, everyone's oblivious to how everything works. There's something about Finnick's character that ties into that I've been waiting to make this connection forever. And it might come back to, like, jumping ahead, but with like Finnick and Joanna and how they present themselves to Peeta and Katniss as like allies, like at the start of like they're presenting themselves as their capital selves because that's how their world works, and so they're like, this is how you see me, so this is how I'm gonna be. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Can I say something about Haymitch real quick?
Yeah.
I think and I know he was struggling. I know that he also was a victim of this society, but I think multiple times, but especially in this instance, and like what you're saying about like Finnick and Joanna like presenting themselves as their capital personas or whatever, I think Haymitch didn't prepare them enough for who they really are.
Yeah.
I don't like in terms of Finnick and Joanna, because I feel like he should have at least let them in on that. He should have told them something.
Like, about how they actually are?
Yes, about, like, hey, they're not actually like this. This is all an act, so maybe... But Katniss does it anyway. She plays up. Oh, she, like, plays into his whatever. And so I think she does a good job with that, but I don't know. I just feel like Haymitch did them dirty.
Yeah.
With that. Because even if he didn't tell them about the rebellion, he could have told them a little sneak peek into their character. Yeah, because going back to, like, they don't know anything. They don't know anything about each other. Because they're so isolated. So, like, Katniss is aware of Annie's existence. She's not aware of, like, how important to Finnick's story Annie is. Yeah. And so... She's central. To her, she has seen how Finnick... This is how she's unreliable. She has seen how Finnick has presented himself to forever. Of, like, this, how he's been made to. One of the youngest victors. So hot, so sexy, so good looking. Everyone wants him. He's got a capital lady on his arm everywhere he goes. Like, this parade of lovers following behind him in his wake. And I think, in a way, he tries to slip in, like, how, well, no, it's different. Yeah. Like,
whenever he's like, I've never dealt in something, like, anything as petty as money in, like, years, because he's like, secrets. Like, how do they pay, you know, for the pleasure of your company? And he's like, with secrets. That, one, power move for him.
Yeah.
That shit's important.
Yeah.
But two, I feel like it's him trying to, like, slip in, like...
Yeah. I'm not really like this.
This is how I've been presented to you. This is how I'm going to present myself out of my safety.
Yeah.
Because any time they're interacting, it's in, like, the guarded public spaces of the games. But that he, you know, is like, hey. And Katniss is like, his junk's out.
Girl, I'm not going to look.
Like, she's like, he's in a fishnet thong.
Out.
I can't. Like, you know, she's oblivious to what's happening because she's like, why is this guy flirting with me? The fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And Peeta's like...
He's chewing an open mouth sugar cube. What are we doing?
Yeah. Like...
Smacking on a sugar cube.
Anyway. But there's that thing about Finnick that specifically sticks out to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like when we get into Mockingjay, it's gonna, like, finally, like, click, and I'm gonna come back to this. But that's been nagging on my head forever. And so I want to try and connect that dot, if that made any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else about Katniss being unreliable, or...
I really think that's it. She's just so oblivious. And it's so funny. Because as the reader, even me, who hasn't read this before, and who hasn't really seen the movie, like I've seen parts of it before this, now I've watched it. It's great. You can still pick up on stuff happening.
Yeah.
And, like, even things she witnesses that she doesn't clock, it's the reader clocks it. Because she's so... And another reason she's unreliable is because she's so unsure of herself.
Yeah, it's the trauma. It's the survival instinct.
Rightly so.
The insecurity.
Yeah, she's so unsure of herself. She's so unsure of every move because Snow has threatened her. And, like, all the things. Because when the thing with Plutarch happens with his watch, she's like, no. That shit did not happen.
Did I see a Mockingjay? No, I didn't see
Yeah,
Mockingjay.
she's like, she immediately is like, no. Like, she cannot fathom that anyone in the Capitol would be a rebel.
Yeah.
So I think that's another reason. Because she is 17. She's just 17.
Yeah, and she only has her perspective on life.
Exactly. And it's never in anyone else's brain.
Yeah.
Because I think if we had Peeta's perspective...
Oh, my God.
Oh, I love that baby. But if we had a little bit, like maybe a chapter of inside Peeta's mind, he would have connected more of the dots. He probably connected more of the dots way quicker.
I don't think he'd necessarily, like, connect more of the dots if it was just him and his perspective of the story. Because I think he's left out of a lot of it. Like, the whole Plutarch scene, he's not involved. I think it'd have to be a straight up, if him and Katniss switched roles in the story. Like, if he was the one who's in Katniss's shoes of, like, you're the Mockingjay, you're sparking this revolution, da-da-da, then he'd be deconnecting the roles. But Suzanne can't do that because then the pacing of the story's off.
Yeah.
He's too smart. And he's too able to smooth talk his way through everything and connect those dots of how to, like, make these, like, plays that he can't be in her shoes because I think people would see Peeta as a threat.
Yeah. For sure.
And we'll talk about that in Mockingjay.
My baby.
Because I just remembered something. Oh, I'm so excited for Mockingjay, guys.
No.
Oh, my God.
I'm not.
I am. Okay, we're going to get down to something that kind of bothers me and has bothered me forever. Katniss's actions and how they start up the revolution. Because obviously, there's like little, you know, like a little crumb trail throughout all these games. You know, if you look at the entirety of the Hunger Games series, which we will, but if you look at all of it, you go all the way back to Coriolanus Snow and the 10th Hunger Games. And, like, that build-up of, like, this system. And all these little, you know, things. We get a bit... What I love about Catching Fire is we get a bit about Haymage's background.
Yeah.
And that's really important in its own way. And, you know, all these little bits of rebellion that's, like, sown throughout the story to, like, start building this one thing. I want to know how people decided that this was the final straw.
Yeah.
To spark a revolution.
Yeah.
You know?
I think, and Haymitch kind of says it, and even Coyne has been talking about it, which, fuck that bitch, but she's been kind of talking about it at the beginning of Mockingjay. They needed someone they could believe in.
Yeah, they needed hope.
They needed hope, and hope is the only thing stronger than fear.
Period.
And so I feel like because Katniss was the perfect person, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because she wasn't trying to do anything.
No.
She was genuinely just trying to save the person she loved.
Yeah.
She liked at this point.
She
was falling in love with him.
Had a mild
crush.
Like, connection.
Yeah.
You know. If anything, we can call it the guilt of not wanting to be the last one.
Yeah, survivor
left.
guilt. Yeah, survivor guilt.
You know, yeah. That she's like, I couldn't live with that.
Yeah.
And she knows he's not about to.
Yeah.
We talked about that
Mm-hmm.
last episode. But I think what it is with, like, the start of that revolution is, like, yes, she's, like, a symbol of hope. But, like, just how people, like, decided that she was.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I think it's because, like, I draw everything to, like, parallels of, like, modern time.
Yeah.
Where, like, every day it feels like we get a new symbol of hope. But, like, no one is ever, like, at that level of everyone's on the same side of history now because of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's because we probably don't have an issue, like, as polarizing as, like, in Panem of, like, and this is the one bad guy.
Yeah, killing children.
And then everyone else is, like, on the same side because they're all poor, basically.
Yeah.
Because the way they present it in the Hunger Games is, like, well, if you're not in the Capitol, you're probably a rebel.
Yeah.
Because this shit's exhausting.
Everything is just so awful all the time.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, like, Greta Thunberg, you know, comes into play back in, like, 2018?
Mm-hmm.
Or something. We were in, like, high school, I think, whenever she started up. And we're like, oh, wow, like, you know, this hope for the future. We're fighting back against climate change. Because the people who are going to be most affected are the current generations of children who are coming into adulthood, and then one day they're going to be in charge, and hopefully they can make a difference. But it doesn't matter if we start making a difference when we're an adult.
Yeah.
We need the change to start happening now.
Yeah.
So that we have that opportunity to become an adult and all this stuff. But it's still one of those things where it's like, people don't see her as a symbol of hope. They see her as like a meme. They see her as like all these other things that I think it's just like, you got a girl, she just wanted to be like, I'll just kill myself. And they're like, oh my God, this girl's gonna kill herself.
Yeah.
That's so powerful.
So are you talking about, like, within the Capitol or within Panem as a whole?
Like, within Panem as a whole. Like, I think it's going into, like, Mockingjay of, like, all the things that happen. Like, you have, like, you know, the uprisings in the district.
Mm-hmm.
You have Haymitch and the victors and, like, oh, we're gonna start this thing and we're gonna get the fuck out of here and, like, you know, escape and, like, start this revolution.
Yeah.
Because you have to know that the only reason why they're planning for this escape is to start the revolution, to start a rebellion. And so, it's just like, I don't know, all the seeds of it. Like, there's just so much that leads up to it. But, like, to feel like, I think what it is between the two books, it just suddenly feels like, and because it's from Katniss's perspective, we never really get this answer.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't ever get a fucking answer.
No.
But it just feels like it goes from, like, Hunger Games to Catching Fire, and it just goes like this.
Yeah.
It just flips. It just switches and goes in. Everyone wants a rebellion. And you're like, okay.
So I think yes. Everyone does want a rebellion.
Everyone
but
does.
Everybody wants it for a different reason.
Yeah.
So, like, 13, they want it because they're sick of the Capitol running everything. Like, obviously. And that's basically, like, everyone
Sick of being in
whatever.
hiding.
It's just, I don't know. I wish Katniss had gotten that answer.
Yeah, it's not answered in this one. Might be answered in Mockingjay. Because the last time I read it, I was kind of, like, mindlessly reading it. Like, it was, like, a fun...
Because it's just trauma all the time.
It was, like, a fun read. I know, crazy thing to say.
Okay.
But what I mean by that is, like, it was me reading it when I didn't have to for anything.
Oh, okay.
So I was, like, audiobooking it on the way to school, just, like, taking a break from my homework.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having to, like, analyze things all the time. So this one I was just, like, staring blankly in my car.
Yeah.
Listening to words at way too fast a speed.
Yeah.
Because it was the only way my brain would process stuff.
Yeah.
And now, postgraduate life, I've, like, slowed down. And my brain's, like, calmed down.
Postgraduate life is, like, the best.
Oh, my God,
like,
we're glowing, guys.
You have a bachelor's degree, and you just don't have to do homework.
Literally.
It's so nice.
It's so nice. But, you know, postgraduate life is, like, you finally get that, like, slow down. And so I've noticed that I'm able to, like, appreciate reading way more.
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm not having to do it all the time for, like, 5 million different classes for 5 million. Being an English major is exhausting.
But also, because we had to read so much and because we had to analyze so much, you get to just, like...
It feels, like, robotic.
Within,
whenever you had to do it for school.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get to sit with it.
You just sit with it. You just get to sit within the words and be like, oh.
Like, I can take a moment and pause. Mm-hmm. And actually pause and go, oh my God. And I'll come back to this because holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Which before it'd be like, holy fucking shit. Anyway, this is due by 9 a.m. tomorrow. And it's currently 2 a.m. So literally. I gotta go.
But also, like, the things we had to do to analyze it are so ingrained in our brains.
Yeah.
That we're like, we just can't help but analyze everything now.
I always analyze everything.
For real. It's become second nature.
Like you, I remember in the last time we'd done a podcast, and I talked about how, like, I analyzed everything. You went, that must be exhausting. And I'm like, and it is. But also, I feel like I'd hate myself if I didn't do that. Because I feel like you read a lot of things for fun. But you're still picking up on things. It's just that sometimes you go, we're not going to dissect that right now.
No.
But in my brain
gets tired.
But in my brain, I, like, hyperfixate on it. And I'm like, dissect it right now.
Yeah.
Right fucking now. You got to pause it and talk about fat phobia and the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
No, for real. That whole book is walking fat phobia.
No, literally. I hate that book.
Also, the fact that Blake Lively's in it doesn't help.
Oh, yeah, in the movie?
It doesn't help.
It's not good. But, yeah. I think it's just one of those things that, like, because Katniss is an unreliable narrator, you never really get, like, true answers to things, especially in Catching Fire. Like, you have to wait for answers for the next one. And it pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's literally Catching Fire. Because, like, Hunger Games, you can, like, close the book. And you never have to know what happens again.
Yeah.
That can be a standalone read of she survived. And you're done. You know what I'm saying?
And I love that because Katniss thought the same thing.
Yeah.
She thought the same thing.
She thought it was a standalone.
Yep. She thought she was done.
When you're never done.
My girl. I'll start crying.
No, literally. But, like, you know, you can read that as a standalone. Catching Fire, you start reading it.
Yep.
It's like, you know, it's like the story where the cliffhanger was invented, where it's the guy literally hanging off a cliff.
Yeah.
And you go, the end.
Yeah.
Fuck
and
you.
And me and Katniss are making the same face like,
huh?
Hello?
Fuck you. Yeah. Okay.
Get the fuck away from us, Gale.
Oh. It's so funny that you bring him up.
His bitch ass self.
Because
I cannot stand him.
I need to talk about him.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Talk your shit.
Okay, and here's the thing. I don't even know if I'm talking shit anymore. I think hating Gale really stems from hating Liam Hemsworth. You know how you're like, and Blake Lively's in that movie? That's how I feel about Liam Hemsworth.
Period. Fair enough.
I don't like him.
Just a white guy.
And I never have. I don't like the last song because of him.
Yeah.
And that was before all that fuck ass shit happened. Yeah. I didn't like him. And so, excuse me. And so I'm like, oh, with Hunger Games, you barely meet Gale. And then the parts you meet about Gale, you're kind of like, ooh, you sometimes tick me off, but I don't really know you that well.
Yeah.
But okay, gonna move on. Catching Fire? Gale? It's like a roller coaster of emotions. Talk about someone. If you want to know why Katniss literally can never have a clear fucking thought on how she's feeling in a moment, it's because of this bitch.
Uh-huh. For sure.
He is constantly emotionally manipulating every interaction. And I say that in a way of, he's toying with her emotions. Like, let's bring up that one scene.
Oh, yeah.
That you talk about.
Yeah, when she brings up that she wants to run away.
Yeah.
And he makes her seem like she's a bad person.
Yeah, because in the first book, he goes, you know, we could do it. We could run away.
Yeah.
You and I. And she's like, well, if we didn't have all the kids and their moms and, like, all these people they've been forced to take care of, which they're very resentful to.
And then he goes and pouts.
Yeah, and he's like, well, what if we did have kids one day?
Yeah.
But in this one, you know, they're like, oh, she's like, what if we run away? And he scoops her up in his arms. He's spinning her around. They're having a grand old fucking time.
They're giggling.
He is so ecstatic.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, oh, and the kids and our moms. And, you know, these other bitches that I also kind of care about. And he's like,
fuck this. No.
He's literally kicking the wall.
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah, for real.
Just kicking the wall. Yeah. And so, it's like this emotional roller coaster of, like, how exhausting it is to be around someone that you're suddenly like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, I can't.
And I also think that's also why she is so, like, in turmoil over whether she likes Peeta or not, because Peeta is just calm and kind and, like, puts her first in every way.
And he's not trying to emotionally...
Yeah, and he's just, like, kind. Like, hello? And so she's like, I don't really know if I like his stability.
No, literally. I just had a thought.
Oh, no.
Okay, so in the first book, going back to the first book, she thinks that Peeta is emotionally manipulating her at every turn.
She does.
And I'm wondering if...
If it's because of Gale?
If it's because she's used to Gale emotionally manipulating her, but she doesn't want to admit it. But, like, that's, like, a thing.
Yeah.
Of, like, whenever you're around someone. Like, take, like, you have a toxic ex. And you're like, well, my toxic ex used to do this and used to do that and blah, 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 blah. And so then you go about your life. Where even if you don't realize your toxic ex was doing it, you're kind of like, are you therapy speeching me?
Yeah.
Are you doing this shit to me right now? So I suddenly...
That's so crazy you say that, because I think that's why.
I think that might be why. Or maybe
she doesn't realize that that's why.
Yeah.
Like,
but, like, she's very quick to, like, assume someone's emotionally manipulating her.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I just find that...
But I think she's also used to, like, emotionally unavailable people, too.
Yeah.
Because of her mom.
Oh, my
and
God.
all that stuff that happened. And just, like, the entire culture and society that is District 12.
It's very cold.
Not to mention the entirety of Panem.
Yeah, it feels...
Yeah, very cold and, like, distant, and nobody's really living
really
out for each other.
disconnected from each other, yeah.
Because that's the culture that Snow is breeding.
Yeah.
It all comes back to Choreo.
Choreo.
Fuck ass bitch.
And to continue on with that scene, about, you know, him emotionally manipulating her.
No, for real.
Suddenly, yes, and then no.
Yeah.
And the way that he frames it is to go, well, we need to stay here and fight for people. Even though 5 seconds ago I was ready to pack up my bag and fuck in the woods.
Yeah.
We have to stay and fight for people.
Yeah. What about everybody else? You were worried about them 20 seconds ago.
You didn't care until suddenly you do. And I think that's one of the things about his character that pisses me off. Is that he'll suddenly be, like, superior. You know?
Yeah. Because it wasn't his thought. He was like,
yeah.
Get the hell out of my face.
Anyway, I have a lot of feelings about Gale. It's a lot. And I'll break it all down in the next episode.
Yeah.
Because I finally can. And then we can connect all the dots.
From all 3 books.
Because I'm not bringing up the fact that he killed Prim.
Oh, shit.
Also, if anyone listens to this and goes, spoilers, bitch, this shit's been over so long. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, but I'm not gonna mention that until it happens.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about that shit. But until then, I'm gonna be torn on his character. I'm gonna feel indifferent.
You know who we're not torn on? PETA.
Yeah. You want to take a break and come back to PETA?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyway, back to what we were saying. Gale's reaction is really fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
When she brings him up, brings up leaving. PETA.
Penis. The horse is here.
Penis.
Penis.
That's so funny to me. Anyway.
The horse is here.
And it's Gale.
Not just stealing my joke.
Hey, because it was funny.
It was funny. That caught me off guard. Anyway.
What the fuck was I talking about? Thanks.
His reaction.
Yeah, his reaction to Katniss bringing it up.
Yeah.
Because she asks him when they're walking to town. And he's like, sure. Like, he doesn't think two words about it. He's like, okay.
Whatever you say, sugar tits.
And he's like, well, I just know that you'll never be able to leave. But I'll go if you want to.
Yeah.
This man.
A man.
Even though he's only 17, but.
Yeah.
He's a little baby.
He is a little baby.
But yeah, it's just like the, duality of their characters. Because, Gale always has a fucking problem with something.
Yeah.
He always has a fucking problem. And Peter's just like, alright. Okay. I love you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I think it is? I think PETA internalizes a lot of stuff.
For sure.
And he thinks about it.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's just a thoughtful, meticulous
person.
He
thinks and he thinks.
And Gale's
and then he's
irrational.
And then he's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. You know, it's kind of like that thing of you are the duns, she's the blah, or whatever the fuck. And it's like, sorry, I looked at your mom or whatever the fuck. I looked
at it's his teacher's tits or whatever.
Yeah. I'm sorry I looked at Mrs. tits, okay? It's like, yeah. But it feels like that, where it's like, you know, PETA's kind of emotionally intelligent, in my opinion, where he's he understandably gets upset whenever he's like, oh, this has all been fake and you didn't actually love me and it was just for the show. And, you know, he's initially upset and he's they're ignoring each other because she feels bad and all this stuff. Go
ahead.
Sorry. And then he's later I'm sorry that I held you to promises you made in the game, because he understands you had to survive. We all wanted to survive. It hurts, but he can understand why it happened. While Gale's you kissed someone else in the game because you didn't want to die.
I wish y'all could have seen her face.
I'm so happy you can't. Oh, I love not filming this. I feel so free.
Well, could it also be...
But I'm fucking free.
Could it also be the family in which they came from?
Yeah.
Because even though Peter's mom's a bitch ass, his dad
is very sweet.
Is just kind. He's the baker, you know. I feel I picture him as a burly man. Just kind.
Period.
And then his mom's a bitch.
Do you think he has a mustache?
Yeah. A little handlebar.
I don't know why, but I picture Bob Duncan.
Not Bob Duncan.
I'm literally picturing Bob Duncan and the woman that plays Amy Duncan. That's who I'm picturing.
No, for real. And then Gale's dad died. Obvi. And then he was made to, I don't know. He was just the negativity. Gale was a walking negativity.
I think PETA had good male influences in his life that maybe helped him to grow into who he is and to overcome hardships of kind of being the black sheep of his family.
Yeah.
That I think his dad gave him enough love and appreciation, while Gale's I'm poor and my dad's a minor and now he's dead.
Now he's dead.
That's my life.
The dad being a minor is crazy. Saying the dad's a minor.
My dad's a minor. Anyway.
We're getting off topic.
When are we not? Oh, shit.
Baby bomb.
Yeah, the baby bomb.
A baby.
Hey, we get to talk about a baby bomb next episode. But let's talk about this story's baby bomb.
She's more like a preteen.
It's meant for babies.
For real?
You'll get there.
Crying.
You'll get there. It's gonna fuck you up. Anyway, people are gonna listen to this being like, "Don't talk about my kiss my ass." Anyway, love y'all. Baby bomb. I love baby bomb.
I do like that.
I think it's a very interesting thing to set up. And I think what I like about it is not like just like the smooth talking, like, you know, you get Josh Hutcherson his little smirk. Mm-hmm. Like, look what I did. But like, one, is very smart. Two, I think it really shows society and
they're
how
pro-life until the baby comes out.
Yeah. And like, also it like shows like, you know, how like teen pregnancy isn't that like uncommon, and like that definitely there's probably been like incidents of like there are probably been pregnant tributes that they've like forced to undergo abortions, or like, you know, you have this oppressive government that you are in control of, and they do everything. The moment you get there, the first thing they do is a full like, ooh, before we present you to the public, let's see what you got going on. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna tell me that if there's teens pregnant, that they're not gonna abort that goddamn baby, or that, you know, if they find out like you could be pregnant, they're not gonna do something about that. You know,
tonic,
stuff like that. I'm like, it definitely had to have happened, because it's a society where I'm like, you have teenagers that just run amok. They think they're grown because that's a society they live in. So I think it's very interesting. But I think it really shows how, like, it shows how well that PETA plays these games.
Yeah.
I've played these games before.
PETA's games.
Anyway. And then we continue reading it, and then we read the fanfic. But, yeah, the way it, like, shows his character, I think. Like, that one, I think it's the best, like, scene to be like, and who is Peeta Mellark? And you go, boom. If it wasn't for the baby. And also the way that, like, because everyone's trying to put a stop to the games.
Yeah.
And the way that they, like, all just, like, you know, like, one, Katniss can, like, show her emotions.
Yeah.
And it be seen as, like, well, she's, like, pregnant. She's going to lose her child. And she, like, feels like she has, like, that safety of it. That's really important. But then how they, like, all are like, yeah, we're all in this together. Like, they High School Musical that shit. And that's beautiful.
And they kill each other the next day.
Oh, my gosh, shut the fuck up. It's literally, we're all in this together. It's, like, reverse. It's, like, we're all in this together. And then it's, like, the where do you belong scene.
Yeah.
Of, like, what?
Yeah.
I like to also play the trombone and breakdance. And they're like, no. It's like that. It's like a reverse of that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I love that scene. And I hate bitches. I'm going to talk my shit a little bit.
Okay, do it.
I hate bitches who say, Peeta is so good at, like, what he does, that even Katniss thought she was pregnant.
Hello?
No, she didn't.
Hello? First of all, that would have been baby Jesus himself. That would have been the second coming of Christ.
She has to know enough about life.
Yeah.
To know how bitches
She's
get
not
pregnant.
oblivious.
Her mom is, like, the closest thing to a doctor in this town.
Yeah.
She's probably seen a few pregnant women about to give birth in that fucking tub.
Yeah.
Okay? But then, on top of that, it's because of the line where she goes, I am pregnant. Where she's, like, saying, and this is the new reality. This is what I have to accept. Is that outwardly, I have to present myself as this, you know, like, Victor who is married and pregnant and, like, all this stuff. And it's just, like, her coming to terms with what he said. And, like, the power play that he's done with that. And how she's kind of, like, admiring him on it. Because now she understands how he works.
Yeah.
And so she can appreciate that. and she can go with it. And also the fact that he immediately apologizes after, and he's like, I'm sorry if that caught you off guard, but, like, I didn't want to tell you because...
After she, like, fucking clotheslines him in the first one?
Yeah. He's like, I didn't want to tell you because, like, you know, and she's like, no, thank God you didn't tell me because I wouldn't have been able to have, like, a good, genuine reaction because she cannot act to save her life. And so, you know, I find that scene, like, so beautiful, like, their connection with it and, like, how she appreciates the art of the game he's playing. Oh, my God. It's a beautiful scene to me. And it gets me giggling.
Yeah.
It gets me giggling a little bit.
But I really think...
But I hate people who say, and she thought she was pregnant. Shut the fuck up.
In the movie, I really get sad because she's supposed to... Like, in the book, she's in the crowd.
Yeah.
And they're, like, watching her reaction. But she's not in the movie.
She's, like, up there.
But, I mean, it's not as, like, a big of, like, a...
Yeah, it's not... She's just kind of like...
Yeah. She's not, like, literally gagged. Because she was.
She's not gagged in the book, because she can't visibly look gagged. In a way. She can look shocked that he's told them. But I think she's, like, gotta be like, oh, she's, like, hiding her face, like, with her hands, you know?
She's shy.
I'm so shy.
And I think that, and I think Snow, okay. Snow's a fuck-ass hoe. But he's fucking smart.
Yeah.
And he's conniving.
Yeah.
And I think he knew
like a snake.
That she was, no, for real.
Yeah.
That she wasn't really pregnant.
Well, duh. He's probably got cameras in her goddamn room.
Literally. And that's why I feel like PETA's easy to control.
Do you think that PETA's easy to control?
Because of Katniss.
Yeah, because of Katniss, definitely.
Because of Katniss. And I think that's... We'll get more into it in the Mockingjay one.
Yeah.
I think that's why the beginning of Mockingjay happened, the interview. Because he's protecting Katniss. Like, above all else, he's going to protect Katniss. Because...
Protect Elena, blah, blah, blah.
No, for real. I'm on my way to murder Elena. Yeah, and so it's like...
Think about Elena.
All the things. Ever since he threw her that piece of bread... Ever since he saw her in his class or whatever, he has been thinking about her, wanting to protect her. And so that's why he's easy to control. And I think that's why Katniss is more of a threat than PETA. Because I think Snow thought she would be easy to control, like PETA. But she's not. Because she's way more of like a... free thinker than he thought she would be.
I think it's a thing of that they think she's easy to control. I think the opposite. I think Peter's easy to control in his own way. I think outwardly he doesn't look like he's easy to control. But if you put Katniss on like a steak, he's like, oh my God, my bitch.
Yeah.
But like with Katniss, I think the only reason why she's easy to control is because of her family. That's how Snow gets her to do everything. But I think it's a thing of, like, I think she's easy to control because she doesn't know what's going on, ever. And she's so oblivious to things and the true nature of how things work that she's like, and I gotta try my best. Like, she's not easy to control for the same reason, because she's just stumbling through life.
She's not doing anything on purpose.
She's not doing anything on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, if she tries to do stuff, the opposite effect happens. No matter what it is.
Like the District 11 thing.
Yeah. So, like, I think it's, like, hard. I think what I don't like is that they didn't take PETA as, like, a serious threat. Like, no one takes him seriously. And I think that's why the movies do so poorly at, like, representing him. Is because no one takes him seriously. Because...
everything is Katniss's idea.
Yeah.
And not his.
But everything's his idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, everything that he's done that has kept her going this long has been him and Haymitch.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to go twirl my dress.
Yeah.
Cinna told me to twirl my dress. I'm going to go twirl it. But, yeah.
And I also think it's a difference in their personalities.
Yeah.
And I think that's why in the first one, Cinna and Haymitch, like, were like, yes, you are going to be the one that people root for. Even before PETA knew how to play the game, or, like, expressed that he did,
They knew that people would be rooting for Katniss.
Yes, above all else.
Because she volunteered for her sister.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She had a different story than everyone else going into the games. Because, you know, everyone's like, yeah, Kato and Clove probably volunteered. The fuck, who cares?
What was the first District 12 volunteer ever?
It was the first District 12 volunteer. It was for her sister. Mm-hmm. You know, it was her first year.
And you're not supposed to be close with your family like that.
No, not. That's because PETA had 2 brothers that could have volunteered for him and didn't. Sorry, that looked crazy.
It's okay.
No, I know. But I, like, had to force my elbow, like, back. And I got it, though.
Also, I feel like it's because PETA is soft. Like, even when he's, like, being charismatic, he's, like, calm and soft and gentle and just, like, kind-natured, where Katniss is more rough and, like, not assertive, but, like, abrasive, and everything shows on her face, and even when she doesn't want to. That happens to me, too.
She's like, don't show it, don't show it,
and so I feel like she's more militant than PETA. And that's why everyone just gleaned to her instead of PETA.
Yeah.
Because I feel like maybe, like, especially people in the Capitol maybe thought that was an act, and he wasn't really like that when he actually was. But then they weren't used to seeing someone like Katniss be so open about it.
She's like the girl next door.
Yeah.
You know, and that gets people.
Speaking of soft.
What's soft?
The cute little moments between Katniss and PETA, and then, like, the friendship that they start having with Finnick.
So, like, I really do like Catching Fire for a really depressing reason. And it's because of the way that the Quarter Quell's framed, where you have all these people who've already done this before.
Yeah.
And so, like, they know what's going on. They know, like, what they're doing. They just have to come to the new changes of everything that always happens. But, like, you know, you get all these moments that are, like, really quite beautiful in my opinion, where it's like, you know, you get the development of, like, Katniss and Finnick's friendship.
Yeah.
Which is a wonderful friendship that should never end.
They're besties.
And so, you know, them pranking PETA by, like, taking themselves and, like, the medicine to, like, scare him away.
Yeah.
To have, like, a moment where they can, like, laugh about something. And I think it's especially beautiful because you have to think about it not in the way of the reader, where you're like, well, I know that they're gonna get out of this because there's a 3rd book. But in a way of, like, they don't know if they're gonna get out of this. Because Katniss can do everything she can to protect PETA. PETA can do everything he can to protect Katniss. They could all die in the end. And none of them go home. And none of them see their families again. So they're, like, constantly sharing these moments that I think are just really important. And, like, beautiful to me. And so, like, pranking each other and getting to have that laugh. And, like, just, like, showing, like, connection in a place where it's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Is just, like, wonderful to see. I also kind of love that TikTok screenshot I sent you where it's, like, the biggest Everlark shipper is Suzanne Collins. And the biggest Everthorn shipper is PETA in that one scene.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it's, like, it's really a beautiful scene. Because they get to be so, like, open.
Yeah.
And, like, personal. And they're, like, kind of in this place where they feel like they have nothing else they can lose. Because to both of them, they're both gonna die.
Yeah.
To save the other one. So, like, whatever they do, they're like, they can't hurt me. So they get to really be, like, vulnerable. And I think that's beautiful. And it made me cry.
Yeah.
And the pearl.
The pearl scene was my favorite.
And the fact that they bring Effie up with the pearl. Yeah. Oh, do you know that if you skull, it makes a pearl?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. The way Finna got so defensive about that.
But I also love those little scenes because it, like, you can tell that even though they live in this oppressive society and they live under this horrible government and they know that they're probably going to die, they still can see beautiful things.
Yeah.
They still can have a laugh. They still can give each other beautiful things and, like, giggle and all the things.
And have empathy for each other. Because another thing that I had, like, written here was, one, the Morphling character.
Yeah.
and the CPR, Finnick saves Peeta's life.
Yeah.
Which he didn't have to do.
He didn't. He could have let
Their
him
main
die.
goal
Was to get Katniss out.
Katniss. That's why they were like, oh, when it came down to it, fuck that bitch. We're gonna get the girl.
Yeah.
But the scene with Peeta and the Morphling character, and, like, you know, they butcher it in the fucking movie.
Yeah, it makes me so upset.
It pisses me off.
It makes me so upset, because it could have been so beautiful.
It was so beautiful, because they had that, like, personal connection of a shared trauma, and they express themselves through the same media to, like, deal with that trauma. And, like, you know, all this stuff. And it's like, look how beautiful it is and how wonderful the earth can be for even a split moment. And, like, the softness that you can show someone who you're so, you know, is supposed to be your enemy and you're not supposed to care about. And you're supposed to just leave off so that they can be carted away to be dropped off back at their district, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's so... It's really so beautiful. And I think it really encaptures how important love is to, like, rebellion, and how important empathy is to rebellion, and how, like, you gotta remember who the real enemy is, and the real enemy isn't Suzanne down the street because you disagree with her a little bit. It's the oppressive system that's both fucking y'all in the ass. So anyway.
And I think that we'll talk about it more so when we talk about Mockingjay, but that's what makes them different than the Capitol.
Yeah.
That's what makes the districts different than the Capitol. Because they don't have that in District 13. They don't. Like, they're just as militant as the Capitol. So it's like, you know. And then Katniss is like, guys, what's going on?
Yeah. I'm scared.
Yeah, I want to go home.
I love how she is able to make that connection, too. Anyway. Do you want to talk about the next point, or do you just want to move on?
I just think it's funny. I do want to talk about her, like,
she
wakes up and she's like, I gotta kill Beetee, because because obviously they're in a Capitol hovercraft.
Yeah.
She thinks, obviously. And so she's like, I have to kill Beetee. I have to kill him by putting oxygen in his veins so he don't die. So he doesn't die in this horrible thing. But then she's like, I gotta kill Peeta too. So he doesn't suffer. Yeah. Being to kill Peeta, yeah.
Which, again, I think is, like, a weird way that they show empathy to each other in, like, this world of, you know, oh, well, I have to kill you because me killing you is a better fate than whatever is held for you.
Yeah.
And, like, that she's now grown aware of that. Like, before, they didn't know, like, they knew how the world worked, but not that well.
This deeply, yeah.
Yeah, that now she's like, no. They'll kill our asses.
Yeah, they will.
We fucked up. I fucked up. And Peeta's going to pay for it. So whatever fate, it's better for us to actually kill ourselves. It's crazy how, like, every Hunger Games book is like, what if I kill myself?
No, for real. Literally.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? Wanna talk about this last one? Because I think it's interesting.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so I think Katniss's personality changes a lot from the first book to the second book.
It's the trauma.
It's the trauma. But I think in a weird way, it softened her.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we were, like, reading scenes before this episode to, like, kind of refresh our memory and to, like, compare and contrast. And, like, reading just the scene of, like, you know, oh, what if we run away together? Oh, what if we run away together between Hunger Games and Catching Fire? Is that I think she feels still just as insecure. Yeah. Maybe even more so. Because she
knows people are watching her now.
Yeah, she has so much on her plate. She knows that people are watching her. She knows, she could fuck up at any point.
Not even trying to.
Yeah, all of these things that in the first one, she doesn't have that. She's just insecure in herself. She just has low self-esteem. And she's, like, really hateful. And she's, like, really detached from things. Yeah. Like, she can't force herself to care about stuff because she's like, well, you can lose it at any minute. And, you know, the only thing I care about is my sister and blah, blah, blah. And so, like, the way that she talks about, like, her and Gale having to take care of their families is very resentful feeling. Versus in Catching Fire, when now she has this wealth and she's not in this constant survival mode and she's able to, like, pull back a bit and, like, provide for her community.
She becomes she has to take care of her family to she gets to take care of her family.
Yeah. That she's, like, not as resentful. She's trying to, like, reconnect with her mom. Trying to let her mom have these nice moments with her. That I think that's, like, really important to show of, like, you know. It's kind of like a thing of, like, I feel like, in a way, even if it didn't present it, like, outwardly, that in a way, like, she starts to miss her mom whenever she's in the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
That it really feels like one of those, like, I need my mommy moments that, like, you know, even as an adult you will have.
Yeah.
And stuff that I feel like that, like, forced her to go, like, oh my god, haha, kidding. I actually don't want to lose my mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose my sister. I fucking hate my cat. Don't want to lose that bitch either.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she's like, I want to be back home with all my people and all this stuff. That she finally gets that. And she's not having to, like, care for it's like a privilege now instead of, you know, like what you said.
Because she did survive, and she came from a place that was like, she did, like, everyone was her enemy. She didn't know anybody. She barely knew PETA, who was from her own district.
She didn't trust anyone.
Yeah, she didn't trust anybody.
She thought no one saw her.
For her to be able to, 1, save PETA. 2, develop this super deep and super great relationship with Haymitch and Effie. And be able to come back to the people that she's cared about most in the whole world. I think she really was like, she wasn't going to take it for granted anymore.
Yeah.
She was like, okay, well, these are my people now. Like, it's like that quote that could also go with PETA too. You don't know the violence it took to become this soft.
Yeah. And, you know, I also just think it's beautiful, like, because in a lot of ways, she was providing for her community before the games. But the way that she was doing it was that it was, like, bartering and trading because she's like, well, I have meat because I need things and you need meat. So you give me those things and I give you meat. And, like, that's a good way. That's a good system for a community to run, you know. But now she's able to just be like, and I have money. Take my money and I'll buy a bunch of stuff. And I'll spread it out across the district. And, you know, all that stuff that I find that, like, really important that she's able to, like, give back. And, like, you can see those, like, connections with people that, like, she already had. But she definitely...
It was strengthened.
It was strengthened because she realized how much her people cared about her whenever she was in her games. Because, like, you know, didn't they, like, pool their money together and, like, send her, you know, a gift? And she's like... holy shit.
Yeah.
The fuck? And then they're like, yeah, Gracie Say, like, started a collection and all this stuff. And she's like, oh my god, these people, like, cared about if I came back.
Yeah.
That, I think that's, like, really heartwarming to see.
And the District 11, too.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Catching Fire is a beautiful novel.
It is.
It is my favorite in the series. Fuck Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
I'm
We'll get there,
excited.
but-
I'm, like, excited but scared to read that one.
You should be scared. But Catching Fire is my favorite, and I'm so happy you had a chance to read this for the first time ever.
It's my favorite so far.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how Mockingjay goes.
I'm so scared because I, like, forget that, like, you've never really, like, you know stuff about it. It's been out forever, but, like, you've never, like, read Mockingjay. You haven't even watched the movies,
No, I've never
really.
watched the movies.
Like...
I've seen the first part, and I stopped watching it. I've seen half the first part because of the horrible things that go down with PETA. So I'm like, oh, shit.
It's a whole new ball game that you're playing.
Yeah, I'm scared.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But, yeah, do we want to move on to our fun thing?
Yeah.
I think you're so excited about our fun thing.
I am excited about our fun thing.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to take a BuzzFeed quiz.
Because we totally love BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
You want to introduce what our BuzzFeed quiz is?
Yes. It says, everyone is half a Hunger Games character and half a Star Wars character. Here's your combo.
If you know anything about Kaley, she loves Star Wars.
I do.
So this is very fitting for this podcast.
All right, so the first question is, how would your friends describe you? Caring, strong, smart, bossy, quick, or determined? Which one would you say?
For you? Smart.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
You're welcome. What about me? The deafening silence.
I would say determined.
Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead.
What's your go-to weapon in the Star Wars universe?
Give me a lightsaber, red
Pistol,
lightsaber.
sniper, flamethrower, blue lightsaber, blaster, red lightsaber. Which one did you pick?
Red lightsaber.
A red lightsaber?
Yeah.
Fascism.
Hey, no.
I picked a blue one.
Cute. The third one is, what's your go-to weapon if you were in the Hunger Games? First thing is, I would set traps, a spear, an axe, my intelligence, sword, bow and arrow.
Axe.
I think I'm going to do a spear.
I think I'd be so bad at a spear.
I think I could.
I think with an axe I can just go.
Yeah.
Oh no! A TIE fighter fleet is starting to invade your planet. What do you do? Make sure those who can't fight are safe and hidden. Cause a distraction. Devise a plan to make sure everyone knows what to do. Grab an A-wing and start blasting them from the air. Fight first. Ask questions later. Take charge and save your planet. I think I'd make sure others are safe and hidden. I don't want to fight. I'm like a background person.
I'm going to do take charge and save your planet.
Look at you go. You do that. I'll make sure the women and children are safe.
The next one is, who would you form an alliance with in the Hunger Games? I'm sticking alone. That's a weird way to phrase that. Go with the person from my district. I'm going to form an alliance with everyone and refuse to play the games. Take that, Capital.
Okay, let's be fucking for real.
Maybe 1 or 2 people, but I have to make sure I trust them first. I'm a career. Maybe a few people from outlying districts.
I think I'd probably go with the person in my district.
Yeah, I was going to say it.
And then we can grow from there.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna just, What would your Hogwarts house be? What the fuck that got to do? Ravenclaw, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor. I am a Hufflepuff.
I am also Hufflepuff. Lastly, what food would you eat as soon as you got to the capital? Super pasta, coffee, chicken, fish, bread, or steak? I think I would eat a steak.
I would also eat a steak.
Oh my god!
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
I got Peeta Mellark and Luke Skywalker.
So did I! So did I. You're strong and loyal and will always put others above yourself. Though you may be young, you're also very smart and good at using your skills to your advantage. Like Peeta, you're always playing the crowd to your benefit, and being a very likable person makes that pretty easy. Like Luke, you're fierce and always ready to take on a challenge.
Period. Look at us go.
It's crazy that we're like the same person.
Yeah, that is crazy. I knew the way you reacted. I was like, she's gonna get the same thing that I did because you looked so excited.
Someone said 4 years ago, the last person that took this quiz got Snow and Darth Vader.
Holy shit!
It said, really, wow, I really am a bad bitch, huh?
Not a bad bitch, huh?
Yeah, that was a fun thing.
It was fun. I enjoyed her.
I didn't realize that there was like a crossover episode.
Anyway, would you like to get us out of here?
Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. We enjoyed having you. If you want to keep up with what we're doing, be sure to follow us at Bramble Bookclub on Substack and Instagram. All new episodes will be available to stream on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Substack. If there's anything you want to reach out to us about, our DMs are always open.
And we love to chat.
We do. If you couldn't tell, we love to talk.
We love to talk. Yeah, anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, see you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.